Hello, and welcome to Encouraging Words with Renae. This week, we're going to continue our four-part series on living life to the fullest. This is part 2. Now, we are talking about living our life to the fullest, and we're using the book Conscious Living that was written by Celestine Chua. And she has given us last week 14 tips on how to live our life to the fullest. And this week, we're going to get another 14. You see, it's how we choose to live our life and how we choose to view life that dictates what kind of life that we're going to live. Living life to the fullest every day is what matters most. It doesn't have to be some extraordinary feat or monumental achievement. That doesn't define our life living to the fullest. No, it's the basic form. Living the good life is all about exploring, which gives you joy and satisfaction. That's what we want. It's about finding purpose and meaning in our life, drawing happiness from that which we do. Every human being aspires to live a good life, but we forget we can't do it without God. Not on our own. We'll make too many mistakes. Matthew chapter 6 verse 25 says, "Therefore I tell you, do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you'll put on. It's not life more than food and the body more than clothing. God will take care of you." Remember Proverbs 10:22 says, "The blessing of the Lord maketh rich, and he adds no sorrow with it." So let me tell you, this is the best time to live your best life now. Now, are you ready? I told everyone last week to get their 14 tips down. Get a piece of pen and paper, or get your computer, or get your phone, and just kind of click record so that you can get these tips down and you won't forget them. If you're ready for this week's tips, here we go. Be positive. Number 1, we've got to be positive. You can't be negative. Negative's ugly. It's an ugly word. We want to be positive. So positive is looking at life with the glass half full, not half empty. That's being positive. It is a matter of perception. We take on perceptions and they empower us. They really do. And not those that bind you. If you can see the positive side of everything, you'll be able to live a much richer life. So instead of looking at it's raining today, you gotta think, the ground is being watered, so my plant is growing, and eventually by summer I'll be picking fresh fruits off of my tree in my backyard. Look at the positive side of things. Or you can say, that reservation got canceled, but hey, the money I was going to spend on that event that I was going to go to, I can now put that toward, and you fill in the blank, whatever good thing you want to put those funds toward. And so you can look at life with the glass half full. Okay, so be positive. Number 2, be empathetic. If everyone only sees life from his or her own perspective, we'll forever be closed-minded. But we've got to see things another way. We've got to see it another way. So we've got to be empathetic. Try looking at things from another perspective, just like looking at it with the glass half full, and not half empty. So be empathetic and look at life in a way where we don't see, okay, we've got 2 more years on this project. You can look at it like this. During these next 2 years, as we complete the project, we'll be learning all these things. And then you've got 2 years worth of learning ahead of you, rather than 2 dreadful years, 2 whole more years before we finish. Look at it a little differently. Be empathetic. Number 3, be compassionate. Show compassion and kindness to everyone around you. Don't criticize or judge others. Respect others for who they are. So let's be compassionate. There are people who are suffering. There are people who are going through hard times, and there are people who are less fortunate than you are. So if you're compassionate toward them, your day will come when someone will be compassionate toward you. And you will need that, because when you're going through a hard time and someone is compassionate, you feel loved, and you feel like someone understands what you're going through, and you feel like you have someone who can help you shoulder that burden. And that's important, to feel like you're not all alone. Yeah, so let's be compassionate to others so that someone can be compassionate to us when it's our turn. Number 4, develop a 100% self-belief. Now, what does that mean? It means believe in yourself. Believe in your abilities. Remove the limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering ones. You want to empower yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect others to believe in you? You can't. So develop that 100% self-belief. I believe that I can, and you fill in the blank. I can begin a business, start my own business. I believe that I can one day be a mother. I believe that I can one day become an NBA superstar. I believe that I can one day write my own book. And so just have that 100% belief. No doubts whatsoever. You can't doubt. It has to be 100%. It can't be 99. It can't be 99 and a half. It has to be 100. Okay, that's important. Number 5, forgive. Number 5 is forgive. Yeah. There are persons who've wronged you. That goes without saying. I don't think there's anyone in this world that can say nobody's wronged them. Everyone has had somebody wrong them. Even if somebody dashed across the parking lot and took your parking spot, and you had on your signal and everything, How many times has that happened at the food store? So we've got to learn to forgive. Or you've had somebody who broke your heart. You've got to forgive them. For whatever reason, they may have disappointed you in some way. They may have lied to you. But forgiving places us in a position where we can start to heal, and we can put that behind us. But if we don't forgive, we kind of hang on to that thing, and we never move forward, and that's not a really good thing. We should move forward in life, and so in order to do that, we have to forgive. And that goes hand in hand with number 6, which is let go. We've got to let go. Not only forgive, but let it go. And I can truly say that that's something that takes time, because I was in that position over and over again, where I've had to forgive friends or family members, and I've had to let go of whatever it is that they had done to me. And it does not happen overnight. I can promise you. I know a lot of you are looking at that TV and saying, she thinks she knows. She doesn't understand. Yes, I do. It could be a big thing. It can be a small thing. But it's going to take time. It's going to take time. And time heals. And I've heard people say that to me. And I just wanted to tell them, be quiet. Just be quiet. But time does heal. It really does heal. So you've got to forgive and you've got to let go. Don't get fixated on achieving a status or fame or wealth or material possessions or relationships that don't serve you. These are things that ultimately disappear one day. And so you should focus on growing and living life to the fullest instead. So forgive, let go, and live your life to the fullest. That's a 3-step thing I would suggest to anybody at any stage of their life, because it works. And it really is true. You've got to do that if you want to move ahead in life and be strong and be healthy in your spirits. Number 7, spend more time with people who enable you. Hang out with people whom you're compatible with, who you're like-minded with, who are positive, people who are successful and help you grow. You should build genuine, authentic connections with these people, because these may be your friends and family and colleagues or business partners, or they may be customer clients and acquaintances, but you should spend time to know them better so that you can foster stronger connections with them. So people that enable you, you should spend more time with them. You should. I try to make it my business if I can't do lunch, because when we talk about meeting for lunch, we're talking about at least 20-30 bucks, because you gotta eat, gotta drink, drive your car. But you can meet for coffee. You're talking probably only 7-8 bucks. Or you could just talk over the phone, and that just requires your time. That's free. Do a movie. Is that about 15 bucks? I don't know. My numbers might be off, people, okay? But just find time to be with people who enable you. Sometimes it's going to cost you a few bucks, yeah, but do that. Go to the beach. Sometimes that only requires a little time. And you can get to know someone a whole lot better when you do things like that. And it opens up a lot more doors in that relationship for you and the individual. So that's a good thing to do. All right, number 8. Do a kind deed a day. How many of you can raise your hand and say, I do that? I can't raise my hand. I don't see people every day to do a kind deed every day. With myself, but not with people every day. So yeah, do a kind deed a day. What is something you can do that will make the world a better place? Then you should go and do that. Make the world a better place, people. When I say a kind deed, that's what I mean. And some people are thinking, oh, I'm helping myself to this slice of cake because it's only going to put a few pounds on my sister. So I'm helping her. No, that's not a kind deed. You're eating her cake. Yeah, you're not going to turn that around on me. All right, number 9. Help other people who are in need. So volunteering is one way to do that, helping persons that are in need. It is helping people when they least expect it. That's what it really means. So if you see someone on the side of the road with a flat tire, it's kind of nice to pull over and ask if you can assist. Maybe they called AAA, but maybe they didn't. And maybe their family is over in another town or another county. So you might want to, check if you see someone walking on the highway and kind of going, need a lift. You never know what the situation is. Of course, be safe. Always be safe and be careful, but do a kind deed a day. And there's so many ways that you can do kind deeds. Helping an elderly person across the crosswalk when the light changed. In the food store, if you see that a mom is struggling with a toddler, can I assist you in any way? Can I put your groceries in the trunk? Something, just a kind deed. You can think of tons of things that you can do. Don't limit it to what I'm saying. Yeah, there are just countless ways that you can do a kind deed. Okay, number 9. Help other people who are in need. And that goes hand in hand with number 8, doing a kind deed. Helping other people who are in need, volunteering. That's a way to help people live out their best lives. No better way to do it than to do that. Number 10, go dating. Now that's only for single people. If you're married, no. You can date your spouse, yes. Yes, but not other people. Single people, you can go out dating other people. We have to clarify that. Some people will just not take that out of context. Yeah. Okay, so you might fall in love. You might get married and start a family. Maybe kids. So go on a date. That should be fun. I think dating's fun. I think it's a lot of fun. I remember dating in my younger years. It was a lot of fun. Right now, I don't know how it is for many people out there today. Times have changed. And you want to be safe. You know, there are other things to worry about. Way back when I dated my teens, you know, we didn't have all these things to worry about. But today, yeah, you've got serial killers. You've got so many weird things happening. And so be safe. But I do know that dating has always been fun. And I think that it continues to be a fun thing. I think it's a wonderful thing too. It's a way to get to know someone. And for the young people out there, dating is getting to know someone better. It's not, you're not tied to them. You know, young people get so caught up. You know, just have a little fun. See a movie and go to a park. You know, it doesn't have to get all serious so sudden. Just keep it airy. And you can even group date if you want to be safe. And if you're not sure you want to be alone with someone who you don't know well, do a group date. That's a choice. Do a double date, you know, with another couple. That's another way to be safe. And so I think dating still is fun. I think it still is. I think it always will be. As long as we keep the context of it in perspective, we'll be fine. Number 11, overcome procrastination. Now, for you procrastinators out there, don't walk away. You can overcome it. You can. It's possible. I've seen people do it. And I'm not a procrastinator, and so this isn't a problem for me. But I know there are a lot of people that are, and I know some people that do procrastinate. They are friends of mine. And so this is for you. And you know who I'm talking to. So don't procrastinate. Procrastination is a huge waste of your time and your life. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. I can't say that enough. Don't procrastinate. Number 12. Get out there and make new friends. It's like what I said with dating is fun. You're getting to know someone else. Make some new friends. Get to know some people. You can do that at youth group. You can do that at a sports game. You can do that at a restaurant. You know, while you're waiting, you can get to know someone. And so get out there. Make some new friends. You can even do that at the food store. I met a few people at the food store and became friends. I remember shopping and a lady coming up and saying, you know, have you ever used that product? And we just started the conversation from there. And it was amazing. It was amazing. She was the sweetest lady. So you can do that. Number 13, be your advisor from the future. Could you imagine that? If an older version of you came and advised the younger version of you? Wouldn't that be awesome? They'll save you some heartache. Oh, I wish the older version of me had done that when I was in my 20s. Would have saved me some heartache. Yeah, but I think if we advise ourselves and then get advice from older persons, we will be better for that. Because I've found that it's in seeking advice that we get wisdom. And you do not want to live a life without being wise. You want to have wisdom. And so if you could just see into the future, which we can't, only God can do that, then we wouldn't do a lot of things. But so it's good to get advice from someone who's lived before and who's done a lot of things and experienced a lot of situations, and they can be such good advisors for us. Don't take the elderly for granted. And that by that I mean your parents, your aunts and uncles, your grandparents, maybe an elder in the church, your pastor, maybe a neighbor who lives next door and just is retired and has nothing to do, go over there and chat with them for an hour or two. You'll be surprised what you can learn. So many wonderful things. I enjoy the company of older people. So that's something I would naturally do because I really do enjoy that. And I learned a lot from that. And so I always slow down on points that I really want you to get. I really want you to get this one. Wisdom in getting anything, get wisdom. The Bible even tells us that we ought to get wisdom above all things. Because when you get advice from the elderly, they can give you an insight into things that even you didn't think was a perspective that you might have had, and so I would advise. I really would advise that for you. It's an awesome thing. Okay, where did I stop? Okay, so we're at number 14. We're at number 14. Declutter. Now, I have a confession. I am a neat freak. I like things clean. I like things organized. I'm not saying that my life always is that way, but that's how I like things. And so I make an effort into going to stores like IKEA. Okay, IKEA, I just gave you a plug there. Because they have so many organizing tools that you can get your life organized with. And so if you declutter and you can see your whole bedroom, wouldn't that be awesome? You can see all the shoes you have. You can see all your jewelry pieces. You can see, your coats are all neatly in one section. And I know a lot of people that color code their clothing in their closets. I don't do that, but for those who do, yippee to you. I'm organized, but I'm not color organized. So I would say to those of you who, your parents have to shut the door when someone comes over. Yeah. If they have to shut your bedroom door, you are one of those people I'm talking to. You need to declutter. Declutter. Get rid of those things you're not using anymore. If a piece doesn't fit anymore, piece of clothing, whether it's a blouse or a pair of slacks or a skirt or dress, it doesn't matter. Donate it. Give it to someone who can wear it, who can use it. Don't say I'm going to lose 10 pounds and get into this. Just bless somebody with it. They have so many stores where you can consign clothing items and get money for it. That's an idea. But declutter your life. If you're not using things, if you're not wearing things, I remember I had several pieces of jewelry that they were just sitting there and I would bypass them every time I'm getting dressed. And I just kept thinking, I'm never going to wear these. I gave them away. And I felt so much better after I did that because I didn't have to bypass these pieces. And nothing was wrong with them. They just weren't pieces that I was going to wear. I guess they weren't really my taste. And of course they were gifts. I didn't buy them myself. And then sometimes we find things on clearance and we think, oh, I have to buy that. And then we bring it home, we never use it. Yeah, some of those were that. And so, yeah, I'm one of those too. I pick up things on clearance and then I realize I didn't really need that. So it wasn't really a bargain after all. It was a waste of money. But declutter, that's the point, number 14. Declutter your life. Thank you for joining me. I know that these tips have been good for you because they've been good for me, and I know that somebody's benefiting from them. Like I said, on Encouraging Words, we encourage not only the spiritual man, but we encourage the physical man. So thanks for joining me this week, and we will be right back.